It's on? Is this on? We're rolling? My name is Stelios. It's a very nice Greek name. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna start, just playing, not introducing or anything, right? I also have a spiritual name that I was given my first yoga teachers, which is Saharsha. It's a very nice spiritual name and it means happy and rejoicing, which I am. Yeah. And Stelios means it means stable. It comes from pillar, from steli, so it means stable. So I'm stable and happy, which is something nice. I practice yoga. I love yoga. The form of yoga I practice is called Ashtanga Yoga. It is basically the first vinyasa tradition, which every other vinyasa, yoga practice after that has drawn from. So a little bit on what it means to be advanced in yoga first. In my mind, every kind of yoga practice, as long as it's your own practice and it has awareness, is by default advanced. In my mind, there is no differentiation between advanced practitioner and beginner practitioner in terms of asana, so in terms of physical postures. The advanced would be attributed to the way you see your practice and the awareness that you keep, the steadiness you keep, the quality in the movement, the quality in the breath you have through it. Someone might be practicing very simple postures, but his practice might be extremely advanced. And the opposite, someone might be practicing very advanced postures because they have a dancing background, for example, or because they were doing they were a gymnast in the past. But their yoga practice might not be that advanced, right? So getting a little bit the focus out of the asana, you kind of need to see yoga as a whole thing in terms of, advancement. But on the other side, yes, postures as they become harder and when they are practiced in a yogic way, which means not focusing really on the posture, but focusing on calming the mind in the posture and calming the breath, then yes, they do open up. They open up, energy pathways, they open up your joints, and also they say that there are emotions trapped into the joints, so that is a big thing that I really believe. So the more the body becomes pliable, the more the joints open up, the more things come out, right? And the more things you need to start assessing. The more things you need to start discovering and experiencing, right? So you're working both on the physical and the emotional level, they're interconnected. So yeah, and as you become more advanced, in the sense of controlling what you're doing, in the sense of being honest with where you are, then you get, I guess, more postures. It is not something, it's not a goal to get advanced postures, but I would say it's something that is a tool to becoming an advanced yogi, right? So asana could be one tool, pranayama could be another tool, meditation could be another tool. So it's all about getting into that mindset of awareness, of being in the present, of not thinking about the past, of not thinking about the future. The asana and every other thing that has to do with the practice is just a tool to get that awareness, that expansion. So you're not really using the physical body anymore, but you're using your energetical body. You're not expanding your physical body, but you're expanding your energetical body. So it's a little bit more transcendental that, the average, person that doesn't know a lot about yoga would think. 2. Hi, my name is Stelios, and I'm a yogi, and I love it. I am a beautiful Sagittarius with a Leo moon. A lot of Martha Graham had a Leo moon too. It's all about the performance, and it's like, look at me, I'm a dancer, I'm beautiful, it's fine, you know, that's what the Leo moon wants. I have a nice Libra rising, which is my artistic string, and then everything else is in Scorpio. So it's like, watch out. I'm nice and fluffy, but don't get on my dark side, because you're gonna be in trouble. The mental state is a representation of the physical state, and the physical state is a representation and reflection of the mental state. And it comes down to what Martha Graham said, which is a really nice quote: the body never lies, right? The body will translate what the mind thinks. The mind will translate what the body feels. So you might want to get into theory and structure about postures, like, you know, detoxifies the liver, it does that, that's totally valid. There are many traditions that focus on that a lot, but the way I perceive the tradition I follow, the Ashtanga tradition, it's not about the pose, it's not about being perfect in the pose. Of course you have to be safe, and there are cues of structure, and you know, you need to follow, you know, the anatomy of the body. But the goal is not for the posture to be perfect, for the posture to be deep, or knowing what the posture does. It's about doing the posture while focusing on the breath and your bandhas. So bringing the mind into outside of this very exciting thing, because going into these postures is very exciting for the body, very exciting for the mind. So the lesson here and the work is how to get the mind outside of this excitement, and just let the pose be what it is, and the mind do what it has to do, which is to relax. The whole practice is based on repetition. The body and the mind needs repetition. In Greek, we have an idiom that translates as repetition is the mother of learning, or the mother of knowledge. So repeating the same thing every day, it's so healing for the body, so concentrated for the mind, and that's what Ashtanga offers, which is very important. Yoga really puts you in a place of not spending too much energy with the physical body, and then using intrinsic muscles, using your bandhas, using your breath to go through the practice. So it's not a workout. Yoga is not a workout. Ashtanga might seem like a workout, but it's not. Ashtanga is the opposite. It's the opposite of a workout. It's a work in. You're not working out, you're working in, right? And that's very important, you know, in the mind of the West. It's not checking out, it's checking in, right? It's not hanging out, it's hanging in. It's all about that in that keeps coming and coming. You gotta know your breaths, you gotta know your routine, you gotta know your sequence, and then you're responsible for it, right? So that sense of responsibility, which is, you know, it's a problem with society. Like, we are where we are because people don't take responsibility. They have so many rights, they are led, you know. So the biggest lesson from Ashtanga, the two biggest lessons, three biggest lessons: habit, silence, responsibility. Then you're set. If you apply those three things in your social life or your private life, I think you can only go up. And it's like a life lesson. Apply your practice in every aspect of your daily life. That's why I love it so much, and I love it, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep doing it till I'm 108 and dying lotus. Turn around every now and then, I get a little bit weary, and then... No? I could do a turnaround.